Put this over here. Feed me more. Welcome back to Appalachian Dim Sum.
Where entertainment is our comfort food.
And this is episode 56, Desserts.
Desserts.
That's right. And this is
winding down the month focused on the Lawnmower Man.
Yep.
And this is usually probably the biggest departure from our main topic where we get into. This is the one that has at times been our trailer show.
Yeah, I think this is probably the show that is probably the first up on the chopping block if we ever figure something else out.
Yeah.
Because it's fine, but
looking forward to what we're looking forward to, and I've gotten to a point where I was like, I watched trailers for 2 or 3 different nights when I was sort of winding down, laying in bed, flipping through YouTube stuff on TV, seeing if I could find something that I was interested in that we haven't already covered, and I really could not, man. It was hard.
Well, a part of the initial idea was that, hey, well, we could also talk about just, hey, what we're going to be doing in the next month.
Yeah.
But my life is not that organized. I can't tell you what I'm actually going to get into.
Either we're going to be doing something with the family. I'm going to be going to a show and setting up a booth and standing there all weekend selling stuff, or we're going to be here. Yeah. I'm going to have like a list of chores like this of things I've tried to see how much I can get done in 2 days.
No.
And I'm just that's not very interesting.
Yeah, normally when
discussion.
When I sit down to actually watch something, it's just what like I feel like at the time.
Yeah.
Very very infrequently is like, well, I've got to watch this. Like I'm gonna have to do with like Children of the Corn and Maximum Overdrive. I'm gonna have to make a specific effort to actually watch that.
A lot of times, what we're watching in the evening is let's flip around. I want to see something I think that my wife and I would both be interested in, and I go ahead and tag it on. So we have a Prime is kind of the main, whatever you call it, server for all of our stuff that we watch TV through.
You mean Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll save it to like the little watch list there, and then pull up the watch list and see. My wife wants to try this, try that, try that. And honestly, at least the last 2 or 3 months, probably going back further than that, we're watching more things from the 90s and early 2000s than even when something new becomes available, you kind of look at it and you're just like, nah, I don't think I want to spend my 2 hours tonight doing that. I'm sorry. And that's with some exceptions. We find some stuff that is pleasantly surprising sometimes, but
usually when I'm watching something with the wife, it's going to be something that we'll talk about here. Like I think I've mentioned that we watched Victoria.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have any. It was good. I mean, I don't really have anything to say about Victoria. I enjoyed it. We're currently in the middle, like season 3 of Just Shoot Me. Do you even recall that sitcom?
I remember the name, but I couldn't even tell you who's even involved in it.
David Spade is the main person. But you've never seen the Stand miniseries, right?
I saw the first one.
Yeah, from the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The woman who played Nadine Cross. Do you have any visual of her?
She's the girl from Quigley Down Under, right?
I don't know. I've never seen Quigley Down Under. Let me look that up real quick.
Like a Italian-looking girl, really dark hair.
Yeah.
Really like.
Yeah, she's
really unique face.
I was gonna say almost alien-looking.
Yes.
Yeah. That's her.
Annabelle or something scored.
That you're right. That is I don't see her name. I just see a picture of her.
Yeah.
But anyway, she is the star in it.
Okay.
And they work at like a fashion magazine.
Okay.
It's a fun show. I enjoyed it. I remember it from the 90s. I mean, once I finish it, I don't think I'm going to have anything to say about it on here.
Can I drag you into like a Westerns episode and get you into?
Yeah.
I bring up Westerns all the time. And like, have you seen that? And you're like, no. It's like,
well,
man, you're missing some good stuff.
We need to do that. Well, I've told you before that like, if you ask me, I'll tell you I do not like Westerns.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a Western I didn't like. It's like that. It's like I say I don't like them, but I do. Yeah. Every time I watch a Western, I'm like, that was really good.
If you watch Quigley and you did not like at least large portions of it, I think I'd have to like throw something at you.
Is it a film?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck and Nakatomi Plaza. What's his name from Die Hard? The one that goes out the window.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the woman's name is Laura San Giacomo.
I knew it was
Yeah.
some kind of Italian thing. I couldn't remember
Yep.
what it was, but she's a fascinating looking lady.
Yeah, maybe we should put a couple of westerns in there because, like, in my mind, there's a couple of westerns I really enjoy. Like one, if it's hard to put series in here because you don't want to be like, I need to get through a series in a month.
Yeah.
But like Briscoe County Jr.
I've still not seen
Loved
that.
Briscoe County Jr.
Yeah.
It was a
It's,
sci-fi western.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
well, we
Well,
kind of got off on.
Firefly was kind of a western. if you
Yeah.
really
Oh
think
yeah, it's a
about it.
space western definitely.
Yeah.
As much as like Star Wars is an Arthurian tale, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got our list of things that we're looking forward to, and I think, with the exception of one thing that's just an update on it, all mine are anime.
Yeah.
I don't have any. I kind of went through the films that were kind of the ones that everybody's seen that are coming this summer, and we talked about those. And again, I don't like to just come on here and be like, that sucks. They're destroying this, they're
Right,
destroying
right.
that. But that's basically all you can say about some of these things.
Well,
It's like,
One of the things that does kind of amuse me, and I'll admit this to you, it amuses me to bring things like Spider-Man, because I know I know you're like, ugh, you are like, I don't care, but like I'm still like, hey, that's fun.
it's that's the one of those franchises that I'm still like, I'm willing to try
Yeah.
and holding out hope that they'll do something good.
Right. Well, it's not. It's Spider-Man is done by Sony, and so it's kind of removed from the MCU enough to where they might do something interesting,
Yeah.
and we will talk about that in the trailer.
Like make Mary Jane be Mary Jane.
Well,
The world.
there's a part of me that wonders if like the whole reason, because her name is Michelle Jones, Zendaya's character.
Yeah.
MJ is Michelle
I
Jones.
know they just called her MJ.
Yeah.
Like every time I saw it.
Right, but there's a part of me that wonders if they did that to kind of leave it open for a Mary Jane at some point.
Yeah.
Not that I would expect Tom Holland's Peter Parker to fall in love with that Mary Jane, but it could be like an adversary to
Yeah.
MJ.
I just want the war on redheads in Hollywood to stop. Stop this oppression. Fight the power.
Well, this is since this is desserts, we do have a food dessert, and I prepared the inspired by Jobe, who ate brains.
Look at look at those special effects.
Look at those special effects. I'll take a picture. It's a container full of gummy brains. Yeah,
That's
disgusting.
disgusting looking.
Yes, it is. I considered doing a large brain mold, like a plate size, but I don't have a lot of room in my kitchen, and I'm like, I don't feel like finding a spot for a brain bowl. So I got 2 little molds for brains.
So that we just eat this
Yeah,
live.
yeah, man.
Let's just see what
Let's
happens.
just see what happens. It's cherry. That's what's on it. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird
So what-
texture.
What is the brain made
Alright.
out of?
Since the peach jello worked out okay for our matrix, I had extra peach jello. So
Okay.
it's peach jello mixed with evaporated milk,
Okay.
and also extra gelatin. So that's why it's there.
Thicker.
Yeah, that's why it's thicker.
Yeah.
And I have the brains covered in cherry pie filling, essentially.
And it's really not bad. It's just that texture is sort of like, ooh,
It's like you're eating a slug.
yeah.
Well, it was fun. We'll take a picture.
Some
The
pictures.
picture will be here.
For some countries where eating a slug is a delicacy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't live there.
I enjoyed making these. I only had 2.
This would be good if you had it on like a cookie.
Yeah.
It's like it needs something that you can actually chew because that initial just sitting there in your mouth, you're like, oof,
Yeah.
that's a big piece of whatever that is.
So I did quite a few of the trials with these. and it worked out pretty good from the get go. But I didn't know if, because Jello, if you leave Jello out, it just kind of melts.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't know if this would happen, so I made one of them and I just left it out on the counter for like a day, and it did not melt. These won't melt. It's great. And also, I put them in a container, kind of like this, but without all the cherry stuff on it, to see if they would mush together, and they didn't. I'm very happy with the
I love
extra gelatin.
the little matrix grill container.
Oh yeah.
I think all food should
I'm
be served
reusing that. It's the little matrix bento container I bought.
just served in a stainless steel dish that you can't even see what's in it. Be like,
here you go.
here's your allotment for the day.
Yep. Yeah, I could totally
I
see.
laugh about that.
I could totally see that being our future.
we might be headed that way.
But anyway, there's our dessert. You want another?
Not right now. Don't dislike it. Honestly,
Yeah.
we literally just did our burgers for Lawnmower Man before this, and I don't eat a lot of bread anymore. And having those big buns that we had on the burger,
Right. The
plus
brioche buns.
plus the one we quartered up and all tried with the grass on it. I'm a lot fuller than I like to be this time of day.
Okay. Time for a nap.
That really is where my next step would be. If I was sitting here at the house by myself, I'd be like, yep, me and the dog are laying down. We'll see y'all in about 2 hours.
There you go.
Got to give my first up. I didn't put it on our list.
Okay, yeah.
This will take a second. Godzilla -0 comes out November the 6th.
There you go.
My countdown clock is we're 213 days, 10 hours, 18 minutes, and 38 seconds.
Do you actually have a clock?
I do. It's running.
Is it like an online clock?
It's just a create a countdown clock.
I wonder if I could embed that into our
I'm sure you could. It
our,
says
PowerPoint here.
countingdown2.com. So you can just throw in, mine says event name. I guess I need to just go ahead and write Godzilla -0 in there. And then you put the date that you're going to, and it automatically calculates it for you.
Okay. You think you'll travel to see that in IMAX?
Absolutely.
All right.
And hopefully if it delivers, maybe multiple times in the weeks that it comes out.
Yeah.
And if they do any special releases, I'll go see those. If they come back with it in black and white, I'll go see those.
Oh, I'm sure the Godzilla -0 in black and white was really successful, so I'm sure they'll do that.
Yeah. I grew up being a massive Godzilla fan, as you can see by what surrounds me back there. And just being that far removed from 1956 and then coming out with -1 and just hitting you with probably one of the best films of the past decade is... I'm in film heaven there, which is complaining about all the stuff that we don't get and some of the mindless stuff that we do get, and need to remember to focus on the positive that got maybe the greatest Godzilla movie that's ever been made, produced in my adult lifetime, which is and you got American movies that are getting thrown out there. They're not on the same level, but it's Godzilla stuff, and I'd rather have some mediocre Godzilla stuff than no Godzilla stuff. So
that is one thing to try to keep into perspective is we do get a lot more media now than we did 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And you've got to sort through some stuff, but
there's
still good media.
You can just cut out the remakes from stuff and just get us to. I'd be fine if we lost a third of the content. Mm-hmm. It's like, just give me something I haven't seen before, or don't just. I've lost track literally of just flipping around. You get on social media and it's another thing. It's an announcement of the next thing they're going to remake, and then you don't even get over being disgusted about the last thing they're going to remake before there's an announcement for another one. And I'm like, hey, it's like, y'all are...
Narnia. Why? Why are you doing that? Jeez.
I honestly, I saw something yesterday, and it was one of those eye rolls. I cannot remember what it was because my brain is just, I don't care about that.
Your brain said, don't worry about it. You don't need it. You don't need that information.
It was something that was just why?
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing wrong with the first one, and there's no desire at this point for 30 years later to have it brought back to us. I mean,
I know you weren't completely satisfied with it, but I like to see things like Monarch, where they're expanding the universe, they're growing it. It's not remaking something, it's not rebooting it. It's like, hey,
the people that poison the Monarch series are the same people that are just
doing the remakes.
It's these people that have no creative ability. They're not writers. They're not creators. They get into these positions during the time where people were just like, hey, you check a box, come work for us. And now you're stuck with these people, and because so many you brought on board probably in their mid-20s, we're going to be stuck with them for a long time unless the industry just decides to purge themselves of them and just fire mass groups of people. And you can see that Marvel and Star Wars and Disney they're poisoned with it, and they can't get rid of it. Even like little shining moments of returns to good properties or good storytelling are just flashes in a pan that are buried in the just mountain of other garbage that comes out from those people. And somebody's gonna have to step up at some point and be like, "I'm sorry, guys."
Well, it's got to be someone with money. That's what it's got to be.
We're a company. We're here to make money. You
Yeah.
guys make garbage, and everything you do loses money. So you're fired.
Well, as with any company, until that company regularly loses money, nothing will change.
That's the problem with Disney.
Well, recently Netflix announced that they're going to be reopening the ability for people to do family sharing, because they took that away a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and their subscriber count dropped 15%, and so they've announced that they're going to allow people to go ahead and share their passwords again.
Yeah.
Like, awesome. I have a couple of family members that will be able to cancel their Netflix account.
The cynic in me says that they just want to get their sick message out to more people. and they're willing to do it for free, because that's what turns me off of Netflix. There's stuff on Netflix I want to see, and then you'll see some weird thing that's very subversive, things that children should not be exposed to, that they made specifically to try to expose children to it, and I'm just like, nah.
You might have your pulse on this a little bit more than I do. I saw a video recently that was like what do you call them, a smash cut. It was like a bunch of like small things from a bunch of different shows where someone was saying that they're like, why is this stuff in kids shows, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not watching like Bluey and stuff like that, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not exposed to that.
That's the whole danger with that.
Yeah.
Is you used to be able to kind of turn that stuff on and
Just let your kids watch it.
I would set my kid's son, then daughter, on my lap to watch SpongeBob or Thomas the Tank or things like that.
No, SpongeBob gets kind of weird.
And I would pass out because
Yeah.
I was working night shift. Turn that on, they'd be entertained for 30 minutes. I'd get like a 15-minute nap, and I'd be good to make it through the next several hours of stuff. And I literally would be scared to let my children watch anything now that I wasn't sitting there watching and couldn't be like, nope.
There are some cartoons that when I see like clips of them as an adult, I'm like, I was watching this as a kid. Specifically, I'm thinking of Ren and Stimpy. There's some weird
intended for kids.
There's some weird stuff in Ren and Stimpy. Well, apparently it was. You're right. It wasn't intended for children, but they like cut it down. Like they censored it for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was watching it. Was when it was on Nickelodeon.
I was seeing it on MTV.
Yeah.
All the time.
And I was watching
in
Beavis
college,
and Butthead.
and I was laughing my rear end off at that thing. But I remember like a friend in high school that was talking about it all the time. We didn't have cable, so I was like, "What's Ren and Stimpy?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, when I saw it in college, that was my first thought. I was like, this guy Matt that was always talking about it. I was like, my parents would have, if they'd just seen 2 minutes of that, would have like, they probably would have like taken our TV outside and just pushed it over the side of the hill.
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
You're never watching TV again. And probably rightfully so. It would have been justified.
No, I remember when Simpsons was controversial.
My parents did not like him at all.
That was a minute ago, wasn't it?
My dad thought
was another life.
He's like, I'm not watching this thing with that smart ass kid. I was like,
Telling
okay.
people to eat his shorts.
Again, I never even saw an episode of it until I was in college. Yeah. And early SpongeBob stuff, I know it got weird later, was really the closest I've ever seen to Looney Tunes. Mm-hmm. Just super clever comedy. I mean, stuff that would make me laugh out loud. And then, of course, I guess as that creative tank ran dry, then they just started drifting into stupid comedy and fart jokes and that kind of stuff. But
you've probably heard this quote before, and it's not a direct quote. It's more of it's attributed to J.R.R. Tolkien. It's evil cannot create anything new. It can only corrupt and ruin what good forces have invented or made. Yeah. It's not a direct quote, but it's like a paraphrase of his ideology.
Yeah, no,
which is super ironic looking at what Amazon's doing. Oh goodness, Stephen Colbert is writing a sequel to Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
it's
what?
That is it a prequel? It's a story about Gollum.
Is it a prequel? Oh, okay.
It's got to be because he burns up in the volcano.
I didn't know it was about Gollum. Let's see. Colbert Tolkien.
It's like the Hunt for Gollum.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
maybe it's before Frodo when Bilbo is maybe. I don't know if that's even part of any real story or if it's just something they're making.
Probably making up.
But
I mean, they have made up quite a few stories that are like outside of canon, like for the video games and stuff.
you pull up the video, Stephen Colbert, however you say his name, dressed up like a syringe, dancing around on stage
Don't do that.
about
It's-
vaccines, and be like,
don't-
"Wow, that'd be a good
it's
idea
cringe.
to let him have a $1 billion franchise." That's good thinking. It's like, while we're at it, let's give some infants some firearms. It's about the same.
People are saying Colbert is a massive Tolkien scholar and arguably the most knowledgeable superfan. Sure.
I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, let's see how it works. I don't know. Don't expect to see that trailer on our program.
Don't expect to get a review from me because
No.
nah.
No, I've steered clear of the Rings of Power. No, I watched one episode
Yeah,
and I was like, "That's Galadriel." Nah.
I think I told you what was the animated thing,
War of
the Rohirrim.
yeah.
That I watched the opening scene of it and turned
Oh
it
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Because it was just like, it was basically, ain't no man gonna tell me what to do. It was basically the summary of that whole opening thing. I was like, yeah, okay. It's like, I've seen enough. It's like, you're literally a character that had no lines. I'm not sure you're even named in the book or in the little side stories of it. I forget what they called it, the
Well-
appendices or whatever they were. It's
Well,
like,
it at least kind of goes right back to what I said a few minutes ago. At least they're making something new. Maybe I don't like that something new, but I appreciate that it's something new instead of just like
You had-
remaking Lord of the Rings.
You had the thing that give you the lore of Hammerfist or whatever his name was that literally killed people by hitting them one time,
Yeah.
but he was just a side story and a girl boss story. So I was like,
Okay. But what we are looking forward to, the first one we're going to talk about is Nippon Sangoku.
Sangoku.
Sangoku, that's an N. Sangoku.
Let me pull up that page. This thing came
It says it's a new series.
right out of left field. Like, I saw it. You know how you get your little banner at the top of Prime? I saw that and it popped up, and I was like, "What is that?" It's like, "Is that an anime?" Because like, it's that exact picture there. I was like, "That has to be an anime." You know,
Yeah.
I looked at the little description and it's talking about like history stuff, and I was like, "Is it an anime?" And I finally went to it. They have one episode that just came out, so it's releasing weekly.
Okay.
This is based off of a manga. The plot of this thing is at the end of the Reiwa era, which are, I think I've talked about that before. The eras in Japan are based off of the emperor. Every time there's a new emperor,
Right.
you rename it, and it's not named after him. It's usually named after. They get together in committees and people and come up with what they want to call this era, like the era of hope or the
Oh, okay.
era of prosperity or something like that. The Reiwa era is it's the end of the Reiwa era, so they're imagining the Reiwa era is what's happening now. It began in 2019 with Emperor Naruhito, who's the current emperor in Japan. So they're imagining a post.
Japan still has emperor?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they let them keep him, and
It's like the British.
when MacArthur was in control of Japan after World War II, they made a point of letting him exposing what the emperor was, that he was not a human and a god in human form. That he was this little guy. I think he paraded him around, showed him how small Hirohito was, and let people hear his voice, and then put him back there or put the emperor back there just to let them see, we're going to let you have him. This is what he is. And that was part of, you can get me into historical sides
We don't
to
need
it.
all that.
You get into regime change and stuff like that goes on, as our country's been involved in for decades now. That's the only time it's ever worked, is we went in and we laid a heavy hand down on Japan and wrote a constitution, oversaw the appointments of everybody in their government.
Well, yeah, I am not a history buff in the slightest, but it's, at least from the little bit I know, it seems like we were very heavily involved. Like, it was very heavy-handed what we did in Japan.
it was very there was a fear that at one point that MacArthur, because he had orchestrated all of this, that had gained so much power that he would not leave. It was like a George Washington type thing.
Wasn't America there for a while?
It was 6 years that they were under, 5 or 6 years that they were under MacArthur.
Okay.
And he was basically serving as
Yeah, longer than a presidency.
as a king.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no rule by committee. Let's put this to a vote. It was like, no. It's like you attacked our city. We had to come across the Pacific and we had to blow up 2 of your cities to get you to stop. It's like, now it's our game.
Yeah, I can't see something like that happening today.
No, there's we don't
no
have
way.
the political will to do anything like that. But that's the only time that ever works.
Yeah.
Is you have to force the change to happen. Otherwise, you have to just let things exist the way they are in the other places. But
And at least from the perspective we have right now, it seems like the relationship between America and Japan is just about as strong as between two countries.
yeah,
In the world.
we transformed it into a Western culture and let them still keep a lot of their original Eastern ideas and religions and things like that, and but gave them the system that gave people input into it. And
Is
took away the
is that
monarchy.
why their birth rate is so low? we infected them with Western ideals.
I think is like they became so economically successful during the 80s and 90s that people just wanted to pursue that thing.
Well,
and you
the
couldn't-
stereotype is the salary man, That's
salary man goes,
always
disappears in the
doing.
morning and comes back after everybody goes to bed, and that's not a family life. And that's kind of what destroyed the birth rates there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids that grew up in that are the ones that are like, I'm not putting my kids through that. So it's a reaction to that too. It's kind of a culmination of all of that.
Yeah, we won't be alive to see it, but the world's going to be wild in 100 years. It's going to be real wild in 100 years if it's around.
I see a lot of scenarios where, like in anime, that's like stuff broke down, and Japan was one of the ones that survived. And I'm like, I'm kind of cheering for that. I think they're like some of the only people in the world that have got any sense left.
It seems like it.
Might be the ones that can save us. But the whole idea of this is at the end of the Reiwa era, so it doesn't really give you a specific year, or I guess really the events of this anime or what ends the Reiwa era. As Japan was hit with the effects, it says, of nuclear war around the world, resulting in an influx of refugees, followed by a deadly virus and a devastating earthquake. And then the country was mismanaged, and those in power were levying heavy taxes, leading to famine. So it was just like a chain of horrible events that just kept leading to worse and worse and worse events. It says eventually the people began to revolt. They overthrew the national government. The population was reduced to a tenth of pre-war size, so they almost wiped themselves out. Technology had been reduced to that of the Meiji era. Give you shorter, try to stay short on my history lessons. The Meiji era, again based off the emperor, was basically just after the end of our Civil War up until just prior to World War One. So it was 18.
Okay.
I don't have the dates in front of me. Something like late 1860s up until I think about 1910 or 1912. I forget when that emperor died and when the next one came in. But it also, to put it into some context for you, I know you're a big Tom Cruise fan.
Mm-hmm.
The Last Samurai movie, that's when that takes place.
Okay.
It's when you have a lot of like traditional like samurai, like in that movie, people still living out in the country, feudal type things, versus a strong government developing an army that, and those kind of cultures clashing. So that's the whole kind of canvas that's all happening in. But it says the technology in the country is basically reduced to the Meiji era. So they go back to almost like just a post-Civil War level of technology and functioning. The country divides into 3 kingdoms. I think it's Yamato, Takeo, and Sei. I don't know what any of that means. And that's all laid out, and that's what I love about anime. That's the backstory for the story of the show.
Yeah.
100 years later, a man named Otoro Misumi leads a movement to reunify the country. And it looks like it's
That's a man?
Yes, it's a young.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the official trailer that we're going to watch here in a minute. Okay.
There's 2 things with this that were like, it's Prime. I'm always worried about what Prime's going to do because, at Christmas time, I got drug into Santa, and I'm still not over that. that just that one just angered me. It still angers me just to think about it. There are some very what I thought were feminine looking characters in this thing.
Right.
But I think it's just they're trying to show these are young people that are growing up. They're back in this
Yeah.
era where people had long hair, samurai wore buns, and
Mm-hmm.
you've actually had nobody looks like they're doing in this series, but I mean you had a lot of samurai that would they would basically shave off the portions of their hair that they could do with with a sword, and that's why they had this weird like almost like reverse mohawks, where they're like bald around the middle.
Right.
It's like they didn't have razors and things in some of those places, so you kind of cut the hair that you could cut. But they were still, some of those things were status type things too. But that was my first search. I'll be 100% honest on this. I asked AI and Google. I was like, "Is this show gay?" And it's like, no, there's no hints of any of that. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I'm sure there's we talked about this before. I'm sure there's sort of like, I guess watchdog. Is that what you call it? Because I know there are sites you can go be like, well, what's the adult content in this media?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
I'm not.
AI will tell you that.
This is a historical thing about people into a warring country that's going to be back into post Civil War, single shot muskets and maybe some basic rifles and sword. It's like I'm expecting this to be violent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about that. It's like just don't try to work in some weird social thing into something that you're going to sell to me as a historical type series, because that's what they did with Santa. It's like, this is a Christmas story, and
it's not.
Here's a gay drama. Here's a gay teen drama, and I'm like, okay. But this looks, I nerd out on levels that I can't ever put into words when you get into historical anime or historically based anime.
Mm-hmm.
And playing off of all of these things, just having that much kind of research behind this, I'm just like, how did this just get onto Prime and I've never even heard of this? And I don't know the answer to that.
Who made it? Do you know?
It is a studio that has no even, if you click on the link in Wikipedia, it doesn't go anywhere. It's Studio Kafka.
So something it's like a new.
Yeah, it may be a little sub company of Prime Video, of Amazon or something. It's got production almost looks like maybe local network production in Tokyo or in Japan. I know they used to do that with a lot of old anime. It wasn't even like a worldwide produced thing. It'd be like a local broadcast company would, in the 60s and 70s, would be the ones that would produce Japanese anime from manga. Almost like it was like a local cable access show kind of thing. So.
And it looks like the author, Matsuki Ika Matsuki, has only done 3 things.
Yeah.
And 2020 is when they started. So
I'm kind of hyped to check it out.
So it's all new stuff, new new author, new studio. Okay.
Again, it just kind of came out of left field, and I was like, I would not have even known to even look for it. It just popped up on the little banner at the top. Most of the time when that stuff pops up on Prime, I'm just like, get that out of my face, because it's them pushing crap that I don't usually want to see.
Sometimes the algorithm provides.
This is something they paid to produce, so yeah. And word of warning on anime trailers, they're never dubbed, so you have subtitles at the bottom and then subtitles at the top too. Sometimes trying to translate the little subtitles and things when they're popping up stuff like the music's by so and so, or this was illustrated by so and so. So it's really chaotic to watch a trailer for something that's a Japanese anime. So I wasn't pushing the trailers or any of the stuff I'm going to talk about, because they're hard to really take anything from. You almost have to just sit back and watch them and don't read any of the stuff at all, and take in the visuals, and then go back and watch it again, and then try to read all the subtitle stuff. But you got to be a fast reader to do some of it, because it's trailer form, so they're jumping from scene to scene pretty quick, and I'm not a fast reader, so half the time I'm pausing it every time they change sentences so I can read the whole thing.
Well, generally, especially with anime, it's the animation, the action, that kind of stuff that captures you.
I was a European history major in college, and there was just a very limited number of Japanese history classes that were available that tied into that major. I don't know if they've ever developed it beyond, but I would have 100% become just a Japanese history major if that was an option. Because as much as like Europe and Germany and Austria, Prussia, all those areas, that was very fascinating to kind of get through how that all developed and develop into the things that led to World War I and then World War II. Is I don't care what you say. If you're bored by history, then just take some more time and read about it. It's some amazing things that happened in it. Japan's even twice that. It's some of the things that happened in Japanese history are fascinating, and it's hard to find anybody that even teaches it. You get into these eras where there were warring clans and warlords, and power was just shifting back and forth, and you don't think about them being involved in other things outside of World War II. Over the centuries, they've warred with Korea and Russia multiple times, and that's a lot of the history of that is them sitting off the coast of what was the Soviet Union and Manchuria and Russia, and then the Korean Peninsula, fighting for control of those areas. And some of it's just I love that history. We're here to talk about anime, so
Well, that's one of the good things about anime, and one of the reasons I think it's imperative that we get translations more than localizations. Like, give us what they're actually saying. Don't try to inject like our culture into it. Anime is how really the people in the West get exposed to Japanese culture
something
and
like
history.
If this doesn't turn into something weird, which I hope it doesn't, that this is something that could turn a 14-year-old or 15-year-old onto Japanese history that's
Right.
never. I mean, Lord knows in public school now they're not getting any kind of. You're just getting that white people came over here and killed everybody and destroyed everything and punished everybody. That's basically all you're getting in history at this point. And opening somebody's mind to go in and be like, I'm going to go to the library and find some books on Japanese history and
Right.
find out that there's a lot of history. There's a lot of very entertaining history to read about. And
Right.
what's the saying? History doesn't just repeat itself; it also rhymes.
Hmm.
If you study history, you can learn and see things that are happening all around you that will lead to futures that you may or may not want.
Yeah, well, this is the trailer for Nippon Sangoku, and if we have to cut it because of YouTube, we'll cut it.
Do you want sound off for this?
Do we need it?
It's in Japanese.
There's no language, so yeah.
So yeah. It's probably better to actually do it this way where you can actually see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mapping out just the little warring regions. Kind of break down to just those three. One man in Tokyo took a stand. Didn't really recognize this anime
I was
style.
about to say, I really like the anime style.
I was kind of digging, like watching this. I was like, who did this? And I hadn't looked up the studio yet, and I was like, I'm not really recognizing this at all. They go into some stuff that's almost kind of reminiscent of like Durara, where you've almost got just, it's very lightly colored. It's almost black and white in spots. And then they jump into really vibrant Dan
Yeah, was that
color stuff.
modern time?
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I think, the main.
Okay, so it has modern.
This is what I was worried about. This is his brother.
Oh, okay.
And I saw that, and I was like, that's kind of a. Is that a girl? Or is that a boy?
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? And
So it's not all in the past.
yeah, this is supposed to be happening 100 years from whenever the Reiwa era ended, which could have been anywhere from 2019 to 2040, 50, whenever they say this fictional war takes place.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's war, then an immigration disaster, then disease, then earthquake, then famine. So you may be talking about 150 years of history going by. If you think about all the technology fading away and how your power system would break down, and how you just keep reverting.
So it's Hunger Gamesy.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Well, I wish it success.
I've
Do you know if it's going to be dubbed?
yeah, I think it already is.
Oh, okay.
I think because Prime is the one releasing it,
Yeah.
they're releasing it dubbed. Um, I think one of the trailers I did see for it, because I was kind of going wild looking for this, I think already had dubbing in the trailer.
Okay.
So
All right.
um,
Yeah. Do you know how many episodes it is?
no,
Okay.
no.
So it's
I've said before on here, we talked about it earlier, like Vinland Saga is still one of my
Yeah.
favorite things that's ever happened. It's just a Japanese anime on like the Viking, sort of a fictional story happening in what actually happened in the war between the Danes and the English right around the year 1000. And I don't know, they're capable of seeing history, being able to actually give you an honest account of it, and still write fiction within that history without changing it. And I don't know. I don't think I've got the ability to start a studio and do that. It's the kind of thing I would love to do. Is just go back through all of our American history and not change it, not try to paint it a certain way, just tell it and do fictional stories in it like that. I love the potential of this. And again, I have no idea how this will turn out. It might be complete garbage.
I definitely think the history of America is ripe for fictionalization. It's just we got to get to the point where we're proud of it again. So
You got You got to get to the point to be able to acknowledge that
I mean-
nobody was altruistic. Nobody was
Yeah.
perfect. There were good guys and bad guys on all sides of everything that happened.
I'm just thinking of just like the Revolutionary War. I mean, an animation set in the Revolutionary War period would be amazing
Give me George Washington as like a master of martial arts.
or something. Yeah.
Just like a dude that like walking around in his like suit
Well-
like you always see him, and like when things go down, he just rips it off, and it's just like
Yeah.
be awesome.
Have you heard about the story where he was supposedly bulletproof? Yeah,
so.
there's this story where like there were some Indian chiefs that were like shooting at him, and they told their people to stop shooting because the bullets aren't doing anything. And he walked out of the battle with like bullet fragments and stuff in his hair, holes in his jacket for bullets, and he wasn't hurt.
Because they didn't know how to like load a musket, or probably
I have that could have very well been
probably
it.
launching a musket ball. By the time it was getting to him, was just tumbling and just like.
But yeah, he had he got a reputation for being bulletproof from that.
One of the biggest accounts you always hear is like at the Constitutional Congress and stuff. It was like people would be sitting there arguing, getting ready to brawl, and fighting, and he'd walk in, and everybody, it'd literally be like the alpha wolf walking into a room full of
Like,
dogs,
quiet.
where they would all just be like. I don't know if I would pick him as the guy in history that I want to go meet, because there's a lot of people that I'd like to do. I'd have to think on that one pretty hard, but I'd like to at least see him. Like he has to be. He wasn't our first president. He wasn't on our. He's not the symbol of our country for no reason. He was, despite the wig, he was a badass.
You got me wondering how tall he was. 6'2".
Yeah.
Okay. So especially back then, he
Yeah.
towered over men.
Yeah.
He says the 18th century average was 5'6". So yeah. Well.
So he was a beast.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. The first one I brought was Over Your Dead Body.
Okay. You mentioned this to me when we were talking. I was like, I don't know if I've seen it or not. Yes, I have seen this.
Yeah. It's it's kind of a like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of situation,
Yeah.
where it's this couple goes to a cabin to reconcile their relationship, but they're trying to kill each other.
I don't remember what I know her from.
Yeah, Ready or Not.
Okay, same
That
girl.
yeah, same girl from the Ready or Not and
I also
Ready
don't
or Not
remember
2.
what it is that makes me think that I don't like him.
Did you watch How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Did you dislike How I Met Your Mother?
No, I did not see it.
Okay.
I think it was a movie. I don't remember what. I have
Her-
something in my mind of I see this guy Jason Segel, and I'm just like, I think I'll pass.
Let's look at his
It had to be some
filmography.
kind of
Her name is Samara Weaving,
yes.
and
I just want to say Samantha.
yeah, I saw the Ready or Not 2. I spoke about it on our appetizers. yeah, I enjoyed what she did enough to be interested in seeing more. 'Cause that's what I mean. It seems like this is a just like that. You know, it's her with weapons, shooting and killing, and that's fun.
Like, I don't know
Good enough.
if I can single out which one was the one that got me. I've seen the Sex Tape movie. I've seen Muppets. I've seen Bad Teacher. I don't remember if I saw I Love You Man or not. It seems like I did.
Mm.
Uh,
He's done
he's
a
in
lot of stuff.
He's in Gulliver's
Yeah.
Travels. There's a lot of stuff I've seen him. It might be. I don't think he was a big part of the end.
Hmm.
This is the end. That
Oh yeah.
everybody involved in that. I don't want to see anything else they do. I hate that group of people. They don't know how to do anything except just make filth. I don't enjoy watching that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, the thing I definitely know him from was How I Met Your Mother. We enjoyed that. But Forgetting Sarah Marshall as well. Did you ever see that? Knocked Up.
I think so.
He was in Knocked Up. I don't remember him.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, he was the. I'm mixing
I have
actors now.
I have some sort of aversion to the guy, and I'm not sure if I can even recall what it is at
Oh,
this point.
interesting.
So I just saw the trailer and I was like,
You're like, no,
I
no,
saw
thank
him,
you.
and I was like, nah, I'm
Okay.
good.
Well,
But I like the premise.
yeah.
I love. I know you just said it. What was the Brad Pitt movie called?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
They
Uh,
didn't they remake that or as a series, right?
I don't. They remake so many. Like,
Yeah,
was that probably like a Peacock thing or something?
probably.
Peacock likes to take a premise that somebody has and just recast everybody a different color and be like, "Hey, we got a new series coming out." I'm like, okay, bless your little hearts.
Yeah, it has one season. Yeah, it was a series.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's play the trailer at least. Give it a go. Hang on a sec. Volume.
Ew.
Then again, we might need to play audio or something. Sometimes YouTube will strike it because of the audio. Sometimes it's a video.
Hey, how is it?
Keep it in 20-minute,
Fine.
20-second segments, and I think we'll be all right.
Favorite food?
Steak's not my favorite food.
Okay. And what is your favorite food?
Ceviche.
Some ceviche? You know, I'm trying to make it nice for you.
Yeah, I like the premise. There's just a couple that's just having a rough go of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you ever see War of the Roses?
Yes,
To me, that's like the
I hate that movie. Man.
really. To me, that's like the.
I love Michael
like the
Douglas and Kathleen Turner, and I was excited for when that movie came out because it was that whole group from Romancing the Stone that came back
Yeah.
again, and I was like, well, this will be fun, and it was just a miserable, depressing thing, and I was like, man, I don't like the attacks on
marriage and family and all that. Yeah.
and that stuff, and you can take what you want to take from movies like that and get past that and probably go for the comedy parts of it. I don't know. It's kind of in that same premise that we were talking about, I think, in our last segment, is if you let evil in, sometimes it can take over, and I don't like the premise of always portraying marriage like that. That seems like that's not 100% of the time, but it's probably like an 80-20 thing that Hollywood likes to do.
Well, you gotta have conflict. I mean, I think that's probably just I think it might just be as simple as that.
I'd rather have a conflict with, like, I like the movies where there's like conflicting neighbors.
Well, it's like Nobody, right? I mean, he had
Which one is Nobody?
Odenkirk.
Oh yeah.
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 I mean, he's got a nice marriage and whatnot. It's the external forces that come in.
And even like the separation, the kind of separation between he and his wife that begins that movie. When she finds out the reason that he's been acting the way that he has and the things that he's hid, they come together as a family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I'm good with that.
Turn down the volume just a little. Just a little. There you go.
Was it War of the Roses? That's the one where, like, does he make a pate out of the dog or does she?
I don't remember. Yeah, I forgot.
One
about
of them
that
makes
part.
like a pate out of the
Yeah.
other one's dog. And I'm like, hey, y'all got some problems.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all are sick. Like, not y'all, the people in the movie. Like, whoever wrote this, it's got some issues.
I definitely think this was a situation where the actress Samara like got notoriety because of Ready or Not,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Well, we want you to do something," and
I
they
forget
probably
where-
had this.
Is Ready or Not on Hulu right now?
It might be.
I started trying to track it down after we saw the trailer for Ready or Not 2, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to see that one first. And whatever it's on right now, it's not on something that I have access to.
Oh, okay. Hey, Timothy Oliphant. I didn't catch that.
You could almost loop me into this because Juliette Lewis is in it. I'm a big dumb male idiot when it comes to Juliette Lewis. I watch a horrible movie because she was in it.
That scream she does, that's good. That's her calling card.
You can do anything.
And it's definitely more of a comedy than Ready or Not. Because Ready or Not,
Yeah.
there are funny things that happen in it, but it's not a comedy.
And that's kind of what I thought I was getting with like War of the Roses, because I mean Danny DeVito's in it too.
Yeah.
And it's like you got all three of them for this movie, and it's like it was never funny at all. It was just mean and cruel, and I was like, wow, this is awful.
There was a movie called, have you ever seen Very Bad Things?
Yes, the
That-
one where they go along like a
They go to
right foot-
Vegas,
Yeah,
kill a prostitute, have to cover it up. Yeah.
yeah,
I saw that because I've always loved dark comedy. Like that's probably dark comedy, and this kind of this looks like it might be dark comedy.
that qualifies.
Dark comedy is one of my I'd say maybe top three. I'd say maybe sci-fi is number one, clearly. Horror and dark comedy. I love those three. And it said it was a dark comedy, and my wife doesn't. She's not big on like she doesn't like horror, and she doesn't like thrillers that are realistic. You know, she doesn't like watching things that you could that are disturbing that you could plausibly see actually happening. And Very Bad Things is very much that.
Yeah.
It's like you could see all this stuff happening. And we watched it, and afterwards she was like, "That was a comedy?" I'm like, it said it was. It wasn't funny. It was just very bad. Ugh.
I've told you my Juliette Lewis story, right? Where she was down at GalaxyCon.
Yeah.
I walked around the corner where she was signing stuff, and I was just literally like right around the corner, and like I stopped. I was like, "Oh, there she is," and she looked up at me. And was like, "There's a guy with a beard," and I nodded. And she nodded back at me, and I was like, "I don't need to get in line."
You're like, good enough. I got a nod.
Like, guys.
But yeah, I like the premise. I like the actress. I don't have a problem with Jason Segel, right? Is his name Segel?
Yeah, sequel.
Yeah. I don't. I've never seen anything in that made him rub the wrong way. He's not a.
I don't know how rational
He's not a Mr. Rogan.
that reaction is. It may be just because he was in something with somebody
Yeah.
else that I dislike. I honestly do not remember. That's just, I'm not saying all of my dislikes are purely rational.
Yeah. Well, likes and dislikes don't have to be rational. It's like I kind of, and I think this probably happens with a lot of people. If you get a group of characters, a group of actors and actresses that you've spent a lot of time with,
Yeah.
you enjoy seeing them again because it kind of like you feel nostalgic for them. I'm thinking specifically like the Friends, like
Yeah.
I've watched stuff that the different actors and actresses and Friends have done that I didn't really care for, but I enjoyed it because that person was in it.
Ones like Juliette Lewis, Drew Barrymore, the ones that were teenagers when I was a teenager growing up.
Yeah.
You had some crushes on them because when you're a boy, you have a crush on everything.
Of course, yeah.
That's semi-alive. But I don't know. My like of her is probably no more rational than my dislike of him, other than it's
Yeah.
just I grew up with her.
Gut feeling.
Christmas Vacation was all I ever needed to be a fan for forever on that one.
One thing that has struck me over the past month specifically, because there are two films in the theater right now that I'm like, I really want to see these, but I've gotten to the point to where I've gone to the theater twice and I don't have that Fandango thing. And I looked into, well, what would it take to get it? Not the Regal thing, not the Fandango thing, the Regal Unlimited. And you have to pay for 3 months, and it's like $27 a month. So I'm like, so I gotta pay like $100 just to get this thing. I don't know if I'm gonna watch all these movies, but because of that, because that's available, I don't feel like I want to go see a movie and pay more because then I feel like I'm wasting money.
Yeah.
It's a big issue.
Yeah.
Let's
These are definitely not $15 movies for me.
right. That's really what you got to do. Is you got to think, well, am I
When it
willing to
com-
spend $15 on
When
it?
it comes around to a streaming thing, I'll probably watch it sometime if it pops up, and I've heard that it's not terrible, but not going to seek it out, and not gonna make a separate trip to go see something like that.
See, the two films that I really want to see right now in the theater, I feel are theater films. They Will Kill You.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bombastic film that's going to benefit from the theater.
Yeah.
And Project Hail Mary. I think both of those will benefit from the theater experience. I might go see Project Hail Mary at the RPX.
I'd like to see it before it leaves the theater myself, but I may have missed my window on that because we're getting ready to get back into shows and being really busy again for a little bit. So if I don't see it till it comes to TV, then I'll live.
It is what it is. All right. So the next thing is you're looking forward to is JuJuTsu Kaisen.
Yeah, this thing started. I couldn't really pin down if it was started in 2020 or 21 because
Well, the trailer I pulled up is 5 years old, so
I think this came out at a time that you weren't getting so many simultaneous releases in Japan and stuff. So it may have come out in 2020 there and 2021 here. It doesn't matter. It's 3 seasons of this thing so far. I watched the first season back a while ago, and my son and I were talking about it, and it was just like I couldn't even remember the plot points. So I was like, I'm gonna let it run a little bit longer, get a little bit more behind it, and I'm gonna sit down and start sort of power watching it. And I remember liking the first season. I just literally could not remember what happened because there's some similarities with some other anime characters and stuff like that I think kind of made me forget which was which, like My Hero,
right.
stuff like that. The whole plot idea of this thing is so weird. It's one of those ones that if I just read this, it didn't try a couple episodes, I probably wouldn't watch it because this is just seems like one of those ones that'd be weirder than I'd want to do. The main character is a teenage boy, and he becomes a vessel for this curse. It's Ryumen Sukuna. It's just the name of this. Like, I think that's almost how they're referring to like demons, but they're calling them curses in this. But he becomes a vessel for this thing after consuming one of this curse's preserved fingers.
Ooh, why did he eat it? Why did he eat
I
it?
don't remember.
Ooh.
I remember the scene like where I don't remember if a demon or somebody feeds it to him or or why. But it was one of those things. I was like, wow, that's weird. Why is he eating the finger? But to prevent Sukuna's like full resurrection, it might be that this thing forced him into doing it, trying to get a body to possess to come back into life.
Okay.
I think that's probably where it was going. But to prevent it coming back and protecting humanity, the kid's name is Itadori. He allies with. There's an organization of JuJuTsu sorcerers and people that are fighting these curses and things, and it kind of gets into the not really a trope, but that same sort of model of there being an agency that fights demons and Chainsaw Man or the heroes and My Hero Academia kind of stuff.
I actually clicked on a video that says eats finger. And I'm like, oh, I just want to see what why. And the little action scene that's playing right now reminded me a lot of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. And it's a very popular anime. It's obviously
Yeah, I know I've heard the name. Yeah.
It's got a big following and stuff. And I like to stay on top of some of those just because of what I do for a business. I like to, if I go to an anime show and somebody comes by the booth and they're a huge fan of it, then I talk about the show. But the sorcerers combat excuse me, monstrous manifestations of negative human emotions known as curses using supernatural energy source called cursed energy. Itadori is on a mission to locate and consume the other remaining fingers so that he can be executed along with Sukuna.
Okay.
So basically wants to almost kind of Neo the thing, get it all within him, and then what the machines killed Neo, kill all of agents at once.
Well, it's very popular. I would say it's probably, if not the most popular anime right now. It's one of them.
It was the action in it was cool. I remember that, and it had good comedy in it. It wasn't annoying comedy. There was like a martial arts guy that I think he trains with, or as one of the other agents, or one of the other sorcerers, that just he thought it was fun to fight each other, and he was just always just like showing up and just beating the crap out of everybody, and like, yeah, let's do that again.
You saying it's not annoying comedy amuses me, because that's probably one of the reasons I like anime. I like the annoying comedy.
I always come back to the is it Zenitsu, the guy that wears yellow in Demon Slayer, and just the dubbed version of him is just, he screams constantly, and anything that would be funny is not funny because it's literally the little boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
He screams so much every line that he delivers that I become numb to it, and I watch it in Japanese because I'm just like, I can't take.
A lot of people do that.
I can't take that. I'm usually fine with most dubs, but that one is just one. I was like, I can't. if there's an arc where he's not a big part of it, I might switch over and watch the dubs. I don't have to read it. And if he comes back in, I'm just going to switch back over and do the other. But they're up to finish. I think they finished the third season of this. I'm sure they're already got another one in the works or something. It just finally released the last episode of. So I guess it was going through this third season recently. I think
and it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Did you change your password? Did you change your password?
No, we got too much to get into explaining that.
Okay.
We had a couple of kind of weird levels of protection on that.
Oh,
so
well, that's good. Yeah, the other day, I've complained about how Crunchyroll bought Funimation before, and I created a Crunchyroll account because of Funimation.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to go on there to see if they were doing anything, and I got on there just to see whether or not I put a payment type in there, and I didn't. So I was like, good. I don't have to worry about that.
And just to round out the whole thing with it, it is a Mappa studio. I think you said it looked like Chainsaw Man. Mm-hmm. That's Mappa does Chainsaw, so
makes sense then.
Sure, it's a lot of the same animators and stuff like that. So
it looks like he ate the finger to get the power. He was fighting a demon, and he had the finger, and he was like, I need to eat it to get the power.
I just remember seeing that scene. I was like, wow, what am I watching? Like, this is so weird. It's one of those ones that you kind of get over the initial premise of it, and it is pretty compelling, and it drew me in pretty quick. But I don't like, that's my only complaint about anime shows that I do like, is you get through a season, and it's like, oh, they're going to get another season a year and a half from now. Yeah. So what you're telling me is a year and a half from now, I have to go back and watch this first season again, because I cannot remember anything for that long.
It really is a hard decision you got to make, is whether or not you want to try to keep up with it, or you want to try to wait and then catch up. But man, so often I'll be like, well, I'll catch it when it finishes, and I'm like, I don't feel like watching 6 seasons now.
Yeah,
that's too much.
That's kind of my thought on this. Is already into the third season, 24 episodes in the first, 23 in the second, and 12 in the third. I'm like, that's a lot of work now to catch up. So I want to catch up on it, so if it does keep running and it doesn't become a Bleach.
Yeah.
Where I'll watch episodes for like 3 months and still are not like a 12th of the way through the whole series.
Yeah. All right, let's check out the trailer. Oh, volume, hang on a sec. Guess we don't really need it, do we?
Yeah, I don't think on the anime we do. So
I think the most thing we have to be concerned about is copyright songs.
Yeah, there's the finger.
Yeah.
It's just so nasty.
Curses are born from within people's hearts. Do you ever see anything besides the fingers?
I don't
like. Do you see?
I was talking with my son about this. What I can recall from watching this first season is just very, very limited. I remember a couple scenes, a couple fight sequences, and it's like, that's why I need to go back and watch it again, because if I jumped into the second season, I'd have no idea what was going on. When you hear the Japanese too, it really is so much better than the English dubs.
I feel that way, but I don't know if it's just because I don't know Japanese, so I don't know if it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's the whole point. If
I feel like you understand the characters more when you hear the way they voice them, and
you hear the inflection.
it's almost it's like you've got these same little pods of American voice actors that do everything.
I think that's the biggest issue with American voice actors is it's a very small group of people that get recycled.
Yeah. I don't know how many animes that I'll watch that you'll be into
Okay.
like the first episode. It's like, oh, that's Aaron from Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
and or just something like that. And it doesn't hurt the anime any, but it's like is it really only those 5 people that do everything?
Right. All right. Well, the next one I wanted to talk about was Spiderman Brand New Day. Have you seen the trailer for this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and watch it.
This is like your picture reminds me of like why I'm resistant to this. I start at 6 o'clock and go counterclockwise. I'm like, yes, 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 no. I hate Mark Ruffalo
Ruffalo.
with passion.
Yeah.
He's the worst casting for Hulk that I could ever imagine at this point. He
Man,
doesn't
Bana
embody-
was so good. Eric Bana.
Eric Bana was.
He
And
was so
the
good.
way that he portrayed it in the first Avengers movie was
Yeah.
good. It was fine.
Well-
And he turned into this comic wuss. And
The
it's-
the whole Smart Hulk thing, I think they kind of pushed a little too much. But also, I am curious about like how much of his contract was saying that he needed to be portrayed, because I hear that with some actors where they say, well, if the character has a mask, they need to have so much screen time without the mask on, so their face can be a part of it. And I wonder if any of that had to do with it, where Mark Ruffalo was like, well, I need to be in the film, not just a CG Hulk.
That should have been a big red flag to whoever was producing this at the
Yeah.
beginning to be like, you know what? I don't think we need you. We're going to find somebody else. I mean, just find a freaking bodybuilder that can, or do like they did with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. Have 2 different people do the 2 things. I mean, it's John Barenthal is one of my favorite actors as the Punisher. I still have not seen any of the Punisher stuff because I've never. It's like every time we've turned around over the last 15 years, there's been like another Punisher thing, and I'm like, what? Is there an order to any of this, or do people just keep
No.
remaking the same thing? Or
There are 2 Punisher films. Wait a minute, hang on a sec. Punisher
3.
Warzone is 3rd, and the Warzone is a sequel.
Okay.
Is like a direct sequel, I'm pretty sure.
But there's like 3 different people that played him, right? Like
Yeah.
Thomas Jane, him, and like there was some other big dude that was kind of a no name, almost like maybe one of those stunt guys.
Okay, it says that Punisher Warzone is not a sequel. It's a reboot. And that's the one that has Ray Stevenson.
And I'm fine
anyway.
to stuff like Daredevil means nothing to me. I've never read the comics. I've never followed it. I don't have any interest in the character. So like, whatever he does in this movie is not going to be one of those things where I'm going to be like, oh, you didn't do that right.
I mean, it's only you're almost benefiting from being like that.
Yeah.
For the majority of the Marvel characters, I was definitely like that. Like Captain America and Iron Man, those 2 specifically.
Yeah.
As comic characters, I've always found them a hooky.
Yeah.
But I really like them as the like what they did in their respective films. Punisher is kind of the same way. I was never really into it. Just the idea of a vigilante with guns didn't seem compelling to me.
Yeah.
Daredevil, again, kind of seemed hokey. Now I have watched the Punisher and Daredevil shows, and I did enjoy them. What was it called? They had Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, which was,
Yeah, they had all those things on Netflix.
and then they had a combined show. What was that called? Netflix superhero shows.
It wasn't like the Marvels
No,
or something. It was.
it was like the Defenders or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. It was something like that. I remember.
Let me Google Netflix.
It's kind of one of those things. Like I saw the Jessica Jones. There was a guy at work that was a big fan of the Luke Cage stuff, and I was like,
Yeah, it is. It's the Defenders.
yeah.
Thanks, brain. But anyway, that was questionable at best. But now apparently, well, not apparently. Now Netflix does not have the rights to make those shows anymore. And for a while there, they were wondering whether or not those characters were going to continue in the MCU because they were supposed to be related to the MCU, kind of like what was that? The show, Agents of Shield.
Yeah, yeah.
That was supposed to be related. That was supposed to be connected to the MCU.
Yeah, there
but
was filling in gaps between movies what they were trying to do with all those.
right, but then like Feige came out at some point and he was like, no, that's not canon to the MCU,
Yeah.
which is that's fine. They thought they were going to do that with the Netflix shows, but fans liked it so much they were like, all right, we'll keep them, and they're like loose canon.
Yeah.
Like the Daredevil Born Again series is a sequel series to what Daredevil was, but I think it's one of those things, kind of almost like Star Wars, where it's like they're like, well, if we need to retcon something, we will, whatever.
Yeah, they're not afraid to do that.
Right. Really interested in who Sadie Sink is going to be playing, the girl from Stranger Things. She's one of the actresses, the redhead.
Yeah.
There's 50 different things people are saying that she's like. Some people are saying Jean Grey. Some people are saying MJ, of course, Mary Jane Watson, and some people have said that she's going to be, or have speculated that she's going to be like Spider-Woman, some version of Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's the thing that gets me with these movies. They release the stuff way too early.
Yeah.
Trailers for it, and you get people that talk it to death before it ever gets here. And
Right.
it really becomes like when Superman came out, it's like, well, I went to go see it. It's like, I just want to go get this. I was kind of going to go see it. It's like, I hope this is good. I just want to kind of get this over with so I can say I've seen it. And
I do wonder if, like, you're seeing 4 different characters aside from Spider-Man. I do wonder if there's going to be a like, there are too many characters in one film kind of thing.
yeah.
Now, I have read, I mean, you're talking about people over-talking things. I'm going to over-talk a little bit. I've seen people talk about how in the comic books, there was a point where, like, Spider-Man kind of had the same situation where he was removed from everybody's memory.
Yeah.
But Hulk, because Hulk and Banner are 2 different people, and if it's not like Hulk exists when Banner's around and vice versa, like, one of them remembered him. And that's one they think they're setting that up.
And talking about too many people, I saw a bad guy that had like the tail thing. We'll see it in the
Yeah,
trailer.
Scorpion. Mm-hmm.
I saw ninjas. Saw a guy that looked like Deadshot or something. I don't know who that was. That's a DC guy. And it's like, can you just make a movie with like a storyline in it that we can just follow instead of trying to set up?
Well, that is one of the issues for the MCU right now, is like every movie has to be a piece in a larger puzzle. They can't just have a movie.
Or it's like we have to get all these guys in so we can have a spin-off series on Disney Plus. I'm like, here's an idea. Shut down Disney Plus and make movies. You'd make more money that way.
Well, they are making Mandalorian Grogu as a film instead of another series.
Yeah.
You're not happy about that either. You don't care. You're not even happy about it. You don't care.
It's not even like I'm not happy or unhappy. It's like, I don't care.
I watched that trailer and I was like, I don't. I'm not.
From the celebrating the first lesbian kiss in a Star Wars movie to now, it's like you've done everything to make me just not care. I don't.
That was that one background scene that they were able to cut for the Chinese audiences, right?
I guess. Yeah, I think they did cut it out.
Yeah.
And they cut Finn out of the posters too. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, it was like, okay.
Well, they made him tiny. So stupid.
It is stupid. Yeah. From then till now, all the disasters they've done, the few things I've tried, and it's gotten worse every time I've watched one. And then when it's almost like the going back and telling a child not to put his hand on the stove, and he goes and does it once and burns himself. He goes back again and burns himself. By the 3rd time, you're like, I told you. It's like, go touch the stove again if you want to burn your hand again, you idiot.
Honestly, at this point, we're not talking about Star Wars here, but I think what I would prefer with like Star Wars is, if you mentioned Finn, is if they made Star Wars Legends films, where it's like, hey, here's a film that's not canon. This is just a story that's been told in the Star Wars universe, and tell us a story of like, well, what if Finn was a Jedi?
And do it with a caveat of you cannot do any nostalgia, no CGIing in Princess Leia, Han Solo, any of these other people. It's like, tell your own story. Don't have Luke Skywalker show up for 5 minutes. So you can all be like, look at the big reveal we had. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I still think the biggest sin Disney committed with Star Wars was not having in The Force Awakens Luke, Leia, and Han together. They missed their shot, man. They missed their shot.
I don't know what the whole green milk Luke thing was.
No.
It was just dumb is all it was.
I do like Tom Holland as
Yeah.
Peter Parker. I think he does really good.
There hasn't really been a bad casting. I liked Toby.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Maguire.
Maguire.
Garfield was
sure.
good too. Yeah.
I like the Garfield guy as it.
I didn't like Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
Oh, no,
I think he
awful.
was horribly miscast for that.
Yeah. It was like casting Fred Savage as like Mr. T.
Right.
That was just a horrible casting.
I was kind of hoping when they did that they were going to try to treat it as a clean slate, but it looks like maybe they're not going to do that.
I was like, that's a strong enough character.
Yeah.
That, like you could just have him be the other character in this movie instead of Daredevil.
He's probably going to be in like 3 scenes.
Yeah. They'll introduce him and then you won't see him again for 45 minutes.
Right.
And he'll come
He'll
in
show
and
up.
fight at the end because everything gets produced by 18 people and they all write their little segments and then just piece them together.
So he's right there in that web. There is after the Tobey Maguire film, the Spider-Man films, there was a period of time in the comics where Peter Parker actually developed organic webbing,
Yeah.
and he I don't think he turned into a spider. He went into a cocoon, and then he like got rebirthed, and then he had organic webbing, and that's kind of what people are assuming here.
This feels like a really inappropriate place to pause that.
It does.
It's like, let's move that picture. I like Tom Holland, but no, I don't like him like that.
See, again, he doesn't remember him, and kind of setting up maybe that Hulk remembers him, which would be fine. I'm really curious. I'm assuming the end credit scene is going to be Venom. You know, everybody wants to see Venom.
I'm kind of all for executive ordering away in credit scenes in superhero movies too.
Saying no more.
If the whole reason I'm going to sit through your 2.5 hour movie is to get to an end credit scene to set up another one, then just make that part of the movie. I don't even enjoy those anymore.
Is that the hand? Like those ninjas, or is that?
You're outside of my wheelhouse.
Oh,
there.
the hand. The hand is the ninja group that's against Daredevil fights.
They look like they're the people that are acolytes of Storm Shadow and G.I. Joe. So
Yeah,
I have no idea who they are.
it could be anybody. But the funny little history: the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the foot is actually a parody of the hand.
Gotcha.
Which is funny because I grew up with Ninja Turtles and the foot, so when I heard about the hand in Daredevil, I was like, that's stupid.
This looks like a scene from like a G.I. Joe comic there. So
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're housewarming.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
I'm kind of waiting for her to do the. Who was the last one that just did it? That just came out the Superman girl. Who just came out and just basically like shot down that movie and insulted everybody.
I don't know.
The Babcock or whatever her name is that's playing Supergirl.
She
She
is
just came out
insulting.
and foot in mouth last week
About what?
about how the way everybody judges women. I don't remember what it was.
It's because people are being critical of the film.
Critical that she's not feminine looking enough or something. I don't know. And how
I think she looks awesome. She reminds me of a lot. Did you ever see Dead Like Me?
no.
There's an actress in Dead Like Me. And that Babcock, you said, is that her name? Anyway, the Supergirl
I'm
reminds me.
stretching. It'd be probably quicker to search Supergirl than
Here, look over here.
I gotcha.
No, I'm saying this. The actress in Dead Like Me.
Oh, okay.
Very unique, unique face, and she kind of reminded me of her. And I really enjoyed Dead Like Me.
She is Millie. How is that even the same person? There's a picture of this dark-haired girl. It looks like this. How is that girl that girl?
Hair
Millie-
color changes
Millie
a lot.
Alcock or Alcock or something. I don't
Okay.
know how you say it, but I don't remember what the controversy was. It's another just sort of eye roll thing, and it was all over everything. That was kind of why I think when you were texting me this weekend, I had my phone away because you get the times where you
Yeah.
open your phone and you scroll. It's like, man, this is just dumb. People are dumb. I don't want to see this weekend, so I just put it down and didn't ever look at it again.
Well, I've told you before with Marvel, I'm kind of at the point to where I just pick and choose. I'm like, this movie looks like it's going to be a good time. This movie, I'm not even going to concern myself with.
But what I was
And
saying is, I'm surprised that what's her name,
Zendaya
hasn't done that yet. She's like the only one that hasn't yet, because she's
She just got married to Tom Holland.
she's in everything.
Yeah.
It's like, how in the world
Yeah.
does she have time to even do? Maybe that's why
I
she
don't
hasn't said
know.
anything stupid yet. It's because she just
She's
hasn't
busy.
had a chance to. But I haven't quite understood the obsession with her and putting her in everything.
There's
I've never seen anything where I was like, wow, that was an amazing acting job she did. And I mean, she's a cute girl. She's
I think she
girl.
was really popular with like a certain segment of culture,
yeah.
and they wanted to capture that segment. I think that's pretty much all it was.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with whatever she is. I've never seen her do anything other than just kind of cardboard acting. I was like,
I mean, the only things I've seen her in is Spider-Man and Dune.
yeah.
I mean, she's done a lot of other stuff. I just haven't seen any of it.
She seemed like she was probably the least memorable part of Dune.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with the portrayal on Chani, but we'll talk about
I'll
that.
save that for a discussion on Dune.
Yeah.
That might be a Christmas episode, because that'll be a Christmas movie, right?
Right. Well, since we're talking about Dune, let's talk about Dune, because I put your last one at the very end.
Yeah.
Dune Part 3 was announced.
Do you have your timer for that?
No, I'm not going to put a timer up, but yeah, it's December 18th.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a Christmas day.
Yeah.
It's Christmas week,
Yep.
probably. Yeah.
Let me see if I'm correct on that. Dune 3.
I think when I saw the trailer, it said this Christmas. So
Yeah,
I was
December
just
18th, 2026.
That's cool.
It's the same day as the Avengers Doomsday. So they're trying to do. Remember when Barbie and Oppenheimer came out on the same day, and they're like, it's Barbenheimer. They're trying to do a Doomsday thing.
So they're trying to get Dune to help people get out to watch their disaster.
Yeah, which is interesting. You would think it'd be the other way around, but no.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we'll talk about Doomsday at any point. But Dune, I'm definitely looking forward to. It seems like what they're going to do is they're going to combine Children of Dune and Dune Messiah, which is like book 2 and 3.
Okay.
And that's fine because Children of Dune is like a real thin book. Not a whole lot happens in it. But this is going to be the conclusion of Paul's story.
Okay.
This will be Paul's trilogy.
Yeah.
So I know Villeneuve has said that this is what he's doing. He's done after this. So if more Dune films happen, it'll be from someone else.
Kind of thrilled that like he stuck with it.
Yeah, me
That
too.
He didn't do like one movie and then turn it over to somebody else that just
Yeah.
bastardizes his whole what he did up until then.
I'm really worried about Smile 3. You've seen Smile 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the third one that they're obviously going to make because Smile 2 was successful.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be done by some other dude. I'm like, what? No, the guy making it has done a great job. Keep him on it.
Yeah.
And he's a creator. He's a writer. So I guess he doesn't want to do it.
I see that Space Girl. I remember she was briefly in part 2.
Space Girl. Oh, Anna Taylor-Joy.
The alien from
Yeah,
another planet.
she plays Alia,
Yeah.
his sister, who was sentient in the womb. She was like aware in the womb. Crazy.
The difference when you're talking about Zendaya and her is like she's played some fascinating roles, and I think she's done well in them. She played some really weird roles too,
Yeah.
but she's an intriguing actress. what do you say, like Christian Bale just plays Christian Bale and everything that he's in. It's almost like you could say Zendaya plays Zendaya and everything that she's in, but she's like a really boring person.
Which is sad to say for Christian Bale because he goes through so much physically.
Yeah,
He really tries.
I think he really thinks he's been like the Charlton Heston of our time,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, it's Christian Bale.
It's Christian Bale.
Being Batman again. And
Yep.
what movie were we watching? Oh, this is like about the Greek, the Trojan War, but he's Batman still. Okay.
Let's look at the Dune trailer. Actually, you know what? Have you seen this?
I have.
We might skip it because out of all that we've watched, if we're going to be maybe Spider-Man, but I was thinking if we're going to be copyright struck for any of them, it'd be Dune.
Yeah.
So we'll skip
We'll
that.
have time to come back to this one with
Oh, I'm sure we will.
closer to Christmas time.
Yeah. So let's go right into Golden Kamuy.
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 Do we need to
My son.
Briscoe?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Yeah. We got my dog wandering around here.
Yeah.
We have another dog upstairs, and we weren't sure about leaving them together. So
He's done well.
my son has watched this, and it's like, oh, you should check this out. It's like kind of historical, and
Yeah, I was talking about Revolutionary War animation. He's got a musket with a bayonet on it.
yeah.
It's like World War II, World War One.
This is. Hang on, let me find it. Takes place. We don't want slurping on there. Quit making people. This takes place right after the Russo-Japanese War, and that is turn of the century.
Oh, okay.
Really dipping into my ability to recall. I think it's like 1904, 1905.
Yeah, they use those sorts of guns for they as in armies. You know,
Yeah, this
like
is
people of the world
World
use
War-
those guns for a long time.
World War One up until really 1870s up to World
Yeah.
War One. You know, the bolt action, big lumbering, massive 308 caliber rounds that would just blow half of your arm off if you got hit by one. It was a very, very violent, horrible time to. Not that there's a good time to be in war. But,
Right.
takes place in Hokkaido and the surrounding regions, which Hokkaido is up north, one of the islands in the very north part of Japan. And it's apparently it's pretty historical about political, technological, cultural developments in Japan at the time, and it's around the Ainu people that are like they're kind of like the Native Americans, the Indians of Japan. They're sort of the tribal people that lived on those islands and
Okay.
I think stayed pretty isolated. And I think the whole story is there's a war veteran from the Russo-Japanese War that stumbles across part of a treasure map and
Oh,
becomes sort of like a treasure hunt thing, but getting into the territory of these people. If you say Ainu or Ainu, but
no idea.
this thing, when was it made? It's made in 2018, so it's not super old, but it is complete. So that's a plus for me because I can watch it and see it all end.
Yeah.
Again, kind of just like the Nippon Sangoku show that we just discovered the trailer for. My son had been telling me about this for a while, and it literally like he'd tell me about it, and I'd come back home. It's like, what was the name of that thing again? And I forget about it. And I've looked online on Crunchyroll trying to find something that sounded like what he was seeing. I think because this is older, it's not promoted as like because you like this, watch this
Right.
kind of thing. I think it's probably a lesser known anime.
So there is a live action film as well.
Yeah, I don't know if that's one of those ones that they just churn out like in Japan right after like the only one of those I ever tried, and not the Netflix abomination, but they did a live action Death Note after Death Note came out, and it was it was almost as bad as the net. It tries to follow the storyline, but it's like special effects and stuff.
Yeah,
It's-
literally the only Death Note I've ever seen is the Netflix adaptation.
yeah.
That's almost if someone told me the only Cowboy Bebop they'd ever seen was a Netflix show, I'd be like, oh man, you're missing out.
if while you're listening to this you keep hearing something that sounds like struggling to breathe, snorting, it's because my Boston Terrier is walking around underneath us, snorting and sniffing. So Randy and I aren't having a conniption or sinus problem. It's just my dog with a smashed face walking underneath us there. But, don't know much else about this. Just
Yeah.
saw
Let's watch the trailer.
The trailer is very cool looking. Don't remember the. You can go ahead and roll that. I'll see if I can find who did this thing.
Roll the trailer.
あっという間に着いた。ここにはお前の父親ウィルクの生まれた村があった。俺たちは極東の少
The animation actually reminds me of like 90s PS1 era opening scenes.
Yeah. Very. Kind of assumed that the Ainu were kind of like Alaskan Eskimo type
Okay.
culture. And I saw that in one of the things that was talking about this, that there's a whole lot of like exposure to food and culture in this thing too, where they're actually sort of throwing a little history lesson in about these people on top of the story, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of what? Inuit seeming. I don't know. How north does Japanese go? Did Japan go?
Almost up to where Russia
Oh, okay.
or the Soviet Union, or old Soviet Union, crosses over land bridges to Alaska.
Can't say I've ever actually like compared the latitude.
There's a scene here where there's like a pit fight. There's like, looks like it's like a 3-on-3 pit fight.
Geez, cut his hand off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. That guy just screams Golden Kamuy. This one's at least been vetted for me. I trust my son's recommendation on these. He said he really enjoyed it. So,
And he knows your taste, so.
yeah. This was. I see a Viz Media. I don't know. That's not an animation company. That's just the distributor. DMM Future Works, Wtoon Studio. I don't know that I've seen them involved in anything else I've really watched.
Let's see.
I've got some. Oh my goodness, there's another kind of like thing that was with this girl that kind of fought spirits, but it was based in like a feudal Japan, really historically based show. Morbido. Not sure how you say that. It's a series we watched a while back, and kind of wonder if they didn't maybe do this as well, because it looks like an updated, more modern version of the animation from where I think Morbido was early 2000s. Don't know if it was done by the same folks or not.
Well, the Gendo Studio's only done 4 things other than Golden Kamuy.
Okay.
So they actually did a part of Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, Morbido was production IG, so they've done a lot of other things that we've talked about on here. So
Okay.
not the same people. Morbido, Guardian of the Spirit, that's another awesome one to get into if you like. And if you liked Vinland Saga, hopefully that Nippon Sangoku will turn out like that. And I'm pretty sure this is kind of in that category. If you'd like that kind of anime, it's probably definitely one to check out. And I think it's on Crunchyroll at the moment. Now, usually something 2018 is probably not going to bounce around.
Right.
So,
Would you watch them at the same time?
I think I'm going to do Golden Kamuy
Okay.
because it's completed, and wait for Nippon Sangoku. I know
Right.
Nippon Sangoku is not going anywhere because it's produced by Amazon Prime. And
Okay.
that's what that may be the only service that we pay for the rest of time.
Now you need that shipping. That used to be 2-day free shipping.
I tell you, we've gotten to, yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Drill Baby Drill, but I think the last time we got gas was $3.79.
Yeah, that's how much I paid the other day.
And we were talking, it's like anything that we can get, and I hate to be this way, but you're going to force people into making these kind of decisions financially. anything that we normally would go get that's not food related, either at Kroger's or at Walmart. I was like, we need to just start looking it up on Amazon. Just get it sent here, because we're paying for this.
Well, USPS is saying that they're going to start charging a surcharge for each package
Yeah,
that they deliver.
yeah. Well,
Crazy.
that may be after we have to move out of Virginia after this maniac that's going to try to tax us all into jail.
Well, it's going to be expensive.
But with Prime, I think that's almost the two things. Do you know what TV service you get if you do the Walmart membership thing? Is it Paramount?
I'll look it up.
There's one that comes along with that. They have a TV service, so they're trying to emulate Amazon Prime, I guess.
Which, it's nice. It's
Nice
nice
to have a choice.
Yeah, and it's nice to have those fringe benefits. With Amazon Prime, it didn't really feel like, it didn't feel like it was a tacked on. It feels like it was just an inclusion because it's Amazon.
Yeah.
It'd be like if Walmart had their own streaming service.
Yeah.
But like with Walmart having Prime, Paramount,
That's
it's like,
Paramount,
well, you're paying for Paramount just indirectly.
You're helping Walmart take a chunk of it.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt when I had T-Mobile and it was Hulu, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, I think T-Mobile, maybe it was Netflix. I was like, well, I am paying for it. Just I'm paying you for it.
I'm to the point, if it's going to be that expensive to drive to Bonsack to go buy deodorant and toothpaste and
Yeah.
box of tissues, I'm like, let's just get it shipped here. I mean, we're paying for Prime anyway, and if we get $20 of order in, it'll be free shipping. So
Well, it looks like they say you can choose between Paramount or Peacock.
gosh,
So
let me throw that out there. If you ever have that choice, don't pick Peacock.
Paramount.
My son got Peacock so he could watch some of the Olympic stuff with he and his girlfriend, and we logged on to it here right before he canceled it to watch what they had, and we went through all the movies we could find we had any interest in like 3 days. They have no catalog at all. It's series of these stupid remakes like The Burbs, like when they remade The Burbs, made everybody black. And
The Burp, that series, that's one of those things where I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, are you calling it The Burbs just to get that name recognition?
yeah,
I mean, that's one of those things where
It's
they
just lazy.
make new things, but they call it old things, and I don't know.
yeah.
Just keep making new things.
There were a couple movies I might throw one of them into our next appetizers that were kind of interesting that we watched, and then we watched some Despicable Me stuff because I think I was on there. We watched some kind of cartoon on it because it literally got into like, there's nothing on here I want to see.
Yeah.
It's like, let's watch. If it was like the latest Despicable Me 4 or whatever it was.
I haven't seen any of those. The Paramount Plus subscription is something we get like once a year, and we subscribe and watch Ghosts, and then we see if there's anything else that's interesting to us. And once we finish watching Ghosts, we unsubscribe.
What's
That's a fun
Ghost?
show.
Oh, that's a show.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking, I was like,
Do you
is
ever
that the
see,
thing where, like,
I-
Patrick Swayze made pottery?
Did you ever see iZombie?
No, I know. I remember. Was it on like a Netflix or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was on Netflix.
I think it
was
might have
on
been at one
Netflix,
point.
yeah.
I think I saw it. And it was one of those things like, I'm not watching any more zombie stuff right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right, I do completely understand that. I think it wasn't iZombie done by the same people who did Dead at 17? Let me see.
I don't know. I know there's one that I started watching that had the oh my goodness, the guy who pilots Morpheus'
No,
ship.
it's not the same.
Can't remember
people.
what his name is. The guy that pilots Morpheus' ship in the sequels.
I don't know his name.
I don't know if you know the guy I'm talking about or not, but the Matrix.
But while you look that up, I'll say that I watched iZombie. I enjoyed it. And Rose McIver is the actress who was in it. And she is the main actress in Ghosts, and that's why we watched it. We're like, hey, we liked her, so let's see what else she's doing. And it's a fun show. It's a cool premise. It's actually based on a British show,
Okay.
and we've watched the British show as well. The American show's better. British show's fine.
Harold Perrineau.
Okay.
He was Z Nation was the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We were already watching
Yeah.
Walking Dead, and I'd see.
No, it was just too similar.
I started watching that, and it was supposed to be. I think they had somebody that was immune. It almost was The Last of Us. Like we have an immune guy.
Right.
We're going to try to get to the place where they could do the cure.
Right.
And it was just like, man, no more zombies right now, guys.
Well, I think the reason iZombie pulled me in is it was a unique premise. Like the zombies in that are like they're aware.
Yeah.
They don't become mindless. They just crave flesh. If they don't have flesh, it's almost vampire like. If they don't have brains, within a certain amount of time, they become the mindless zombie.
Yeah.
And she got a job as a mortician, so she could have access to fresh brains. It's clever. And when she ate the brains, this is where the procedural stuff comes in. When she eats the brain, she gets the memory of the brain, so she can help solve crime.
I wish I could remember. I was buying some werewolf novels, like ones that you never even heard of, like just going through sections, reading the back. It's like, that sounds cool. One of the ones was a family that the dad was a mortician, and that was what they did, is they moved from place to place until they were like found out, or people got suspicious, and they would relocate. And they were either going out and I think they were just eating dead bodies to stay alive.
Oof.
And I think maybe, I can't remember what happened with it, if one of the kids would break out and go kill livestock because he wanted live flesh. And it was actually a really good werewolf story. It's one I'd love to see it made into film, but I'd have to go back and even try to find one. I read that back. Here's some time placement for you. I bought that book, I think, at the same time we went into Roanoke, and I got Nirvana's Nevermind album.
That was a little while ago.
Whatever year that was.
You don't remember the title?
Not at all. That would take me several days of researching, trying to figure out what that one was. But and talking about Harold Perrineau, I forgot that he was like a crime boss in Sons of Anarchy. He was. You still never watched Sons, have you?
Sons, SONS?
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, no, I haven't. No.
It had Walton Goggins. It had so many of those people in it that are all like sort of big name people now.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Hunman.
I'm looking at the Mortuary Monster by Andrew J. Stone.
I know that was
Hemlock Grove.
Hemlock Grove
That's a
was made
teenager-
into a
teenage
TV
werewolf, yeah.
series.
Morbidly Yours.
They made it with the girl that played Jean Grey.
Oh, okay.
Hemlock Grove.
Jean Grey in the
And-
original X-Men.
And the X-Men movies.
Femke Jackson or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was like a series, and I started watching that, and it was like, it's another one where I was like, man, first episode was pretty good. And like 2 or 3, it was like, these are pretty bad.
All right.
This is so random, aside from everything else. I just pulled up Sons of Anarchy because I was looking at that guy from Zombie Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything about Ryan Hurst being cast as God of War? Kratos?
Oh yeah, I saw like an image of him.
Like,
yeah.
so that's actually
Mhm.
confirmed?
Yes.
That's amazing. I can't, I don't know. I was thinking, it's like, I know I've had that thought. It's like, who would you cast as Kratos? It's like, I don't even know who I would even pick at this point. I would have never pictured him because I'm used to him with long hair and a beard, and always kind of playing sort of like a motorcycle guy or some mountain guy.
Yeah.
And I saw like a little blurb or some kind of still from something on social media. I was like, that can't be real.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's real.
It's like, that's too good to be to be true.
They're going to try their best to make hopefully they're going to make an authentic God of War show. But it's going to be based off of the Greek God of War. No, not the Greek, I'm sorry, the Norse God of War story.
Yeah.
Where he has his son Atreus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
It's not hard to do if you just don't try to change it into something that it's not. It's playing that game is just like steering a movie anyway.
Yeah.
You fight as much. We'll talk about that in appetizers.
Mm-hmm.
You fight as much as about the same amount as you watch cutscenes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the next episode we have is going to be Coffee Service, and this is going to be where we talk about night shift films, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some series too. I don't know. I know what I want to bring. There's a couple things I did not consider because I have not seen them, and I'm not sure I have a way to. So I may try to track down. Like sometimes they come back. I think it was made into some kind
Okay.
of film, or
I think it's a film. Yeah.
and maybe even like there was another series that was based off of one of the other stories in there.
Okay.
I forget which one it was. I pulled it up and was like reading through the stuff that was part of the night shift stuff, and it was like, wow, I didn't know they made that story or that show.
What we should do is we should try to collate all the information we need on Discord, and maybe not, and maybe like separate it.
Yeah, I think it's. You don't want to run through all of them. I
Right.
think I'd like to run through the ones that are relevant.
Yeah.
I think at the time, at this time anyway, I'd say Children of the Corn, Maximum Overdrive for sure.
Yeah.
Graveyard Shift was a feature film. There might be something more significant than that. It's literally just a story about people at a mill and a giant rat.
Yeah.
It was a pretty fun movie.
I like the movie.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do some watching, do a little bit of research, and
Yep.
come back and dive into my very old book and your more recently
Yeah.
purchased
Just
book.
got off Amazon 2 weeks ago.
Almost curious to go through and like just read one of the stories and see if they're actually word for word or if they change anything. Because
Oh yeah.
I always wonder that about publishers, about how many times they want to go through and replace some word, like let's get rid of mankind and say humankind. Or
Well, I know Stephen King did a lot of that. Not a lot of that, but he did a lot of like revisions for The Stand. I mean, that's had however many publications at this point.
yeah,
So I mean, authors are known to do that.
yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
We will come back for coffee service and maybe try to break out some of my fancy coffee.
Yep.
And maybe some more desserts. Or maybe we'll just save that for another time. I didn't know that we're gonna have brains.
Little brain gummies.
I had another dessert option, which will keep just fine until
Yeah, we might
the
do that.
next time.
It might make sense for Akira.
Yeah, actually will.
more sense than whatever else we can come up with. That's good. We'll see. We'll see what we get.
Motorcycles, edible motorcycles.
Right. All right. Well, that's it for our
Dessert.
episode.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Joel.
All right.
All right.
Later.